Sports monster. Sports day. 2 words guaranteed to fill Toby Jenkins with dread. Every year it was the same. The whole school marched out onto the field in shiny white PE kits that made everyone look like rejected tennis players. Each schoolhouse put on different coloured sashes, and parents lined the track with picnic chairs and family-sized bags of crisps. Teachers blew whistles like their lives depended on it. And then there was Toby. He wasn't just bad at sport, he was spectacularly, record-breakingly hopeless. He once tripped during the beanbag balance and wiped out 3 year ones like bowling pins. In the sack race, he'd hopped backwards and ended up in the ice cream van queue. Even his mum said, "Oh, just clap for the others, love. They're still important." So on sports day morning, Toby trudged to the starting line like a prisoner being marched to the gallows. The first event was the 100-metre sprint. Toby stood in his lane, heart hammering, already imagining himself coming last. Then he spotted it, something glinting in the grass. A little pendant, shaped like a trainer, with a lightning bolt etched down the side. Toby picked it up. Zap! A fizz shot through his body like he'd just drunk a litre of lemonade. His teeth chattered, his knees wobbled. "On your marks, get set," yelled Mr. Barker, the PE teacher. Toby slipped the charm into his pocket. "Go!" Toby didn't run. He transformed. 1 second he was a weedy year 6. The next he was 12 feet tall, covered in green fur, with enormous muscles bulging out of his PE kit like exploding balloons. His trainers grew spikes, his arms stretched like windmills, and his head sprouted 2 comedy horns shaped like cricket bats. "Ah, sports monster!" he roared, then immediately belched, which made 3 year 3s giggle hysterically. Instead of fainting or screaming, the crowd clapped politely. This was because Mr. Potts, one of the dads, who swore blind he wasn't doing anything naughty, had actually smuggled in 3 crates of soda pop. Everyone had been necking cola since 9 in the morning. The sugar high was so intense that when Toby turned into a monster, the reaction was mostly, "Oh, neat. Oh, is this part of the show then? Pass me another one of them colas, wouldn't you, Derek?" Sports monster Toby thundered down the track. His giant legs pounded like cannons. Each stride was the length of a minibus. He finished the 100 metres in about 3 seconds, overshot the track, and smashed straight into the trophy stand. The crowd went wild. From then on, Toby dominated. In the sack race, he used the sack as a sleeping bag, leapt 20 metres in one bound, accidentally landed on the teacher's new car too, flattening it in an instant. In the egg and spoon race, he balanced 20 ostrich eggs on a ladle he'd nicked from the canteen. For the long jump, he cleared not just the sandpit, but also the staff car park, 3 bins, and the caretaker's motorbike. The crowd chanted, "Sports monster, sports monster," in between gulps of pop and mouthfuls of crisp. At first, Toby loved it. For once in his life, he wasn't the loser, he was the star. Teachers patted him on the knee, his shoulder was too high up. Parents took selfies with his monster armpit in the background. But after the 4th event, he noticed something. Nobody else was smiling. Charlie, who usually won the sprints, looked miserable. Maya, who'd been skipping rope training all year, sighed as Toby thundered past without even noticing her. Even the tug-of-war collapsed instantly when Toby yanked the rope and dragged 30 kids into the mud like dirty laundry. The races weren't races anymore. They were just, "Oh, let's watch the monster win again." And it didn't feel fun. Not even a bit. Behind the changing shed, Toby fiddled with the pendant. It pulsed, and in his monster brain he heard a sly whisper. "Win everything, be champion forever, crush them all." Toby frowned. But what about playing with my mates? What about cheering each other on? The whisper hissed. Teamwork is for losers. You don't need them. You're the sports monster. Toby's monster stomach growled. He looked at the crowd, cheering, but not really happy. He looked at his friends, bored, sulky, forgotten. Maybe being sports monster wasn't so great after all. The final event was the parents versus pupils relay. Always the highlight. Parents limbered up in their jeans and t-shirts, while Mr. Barker twirled his whistle like it was the World Cup. And leading the pupils team, he boomed, our very own sports monster. The crowd cheered. Fizzy pop sprayed everywhere like champagne. The charm fizzed hotter in Toby's farm. He didn't even need the other kids. He could win it single-handedly, no question. But as he looked at Charlie tying his trainers and Maya warming up with her skipping rope and Ahmed and Jenny and Ali all excited to be picked, Toby hesitated. He had a choice. Keep all the glory or share the race. The whistle blew. Toby's monster legs surged forward. He could have finished the race in a blink. Instead, he dug his claws into the turf, yanked the pendant from his neck, and hurled it into the long jump pit. It fizzed and vanished in a puff of purple smoke. With a pop, Toby shrank back to the ordinary, wheezy, normal-sized Toby. His shorts slipped halfway down, his trainers squeaked, and he nearly face-planted in the grass, but still he ran. The parents zoomed on ahead, but Charlie grabbed the baton and dashed. Maya sprinted, skipping rope flapping from her pocket like she had a tail. Ali and Jenny flew like the wind when they grabbed the baton and nearly caught up with the parents. Ahmed stumbled but grinned as the crowd cheered louder than ever. Not because they were winning, but because they were trying together. When the baton came back to Toby, his legs ached. His chest burned. But he pumped his arms and crossed the line last. But the cheers were deafening. The parents won the trophy, which was somewhat disappointingly tiny, more like an egg cup to be honest, but nobody cared. The pupils were mobbed with hugs and high fives. And Toby, he was carried around the field on his classmates' shoulders, not for being the monster, but for being himself. Good race, Jenkins, said Charlie. Way better without the horns, added Maya. You look more scary being normal, Ahmed joked. Toby beamed. For the first time ever, he wasn't the worst. He wasn't the monster, he was just part of the team. Later, as everybody packed up, Derek Potts was caught red-handed with an empty crate of fizzy popped. The head teacher sighed. Oh, that explains a lot. Next year, water only. As for the pendant, it was never seen again. Though sometimes, on windy evenings, Toby swore he could hear a whisper from the long jump pit. Win everything. He just grinned and shook his head. Not today, thanks. Because sometimes it wasn't about being the monster. Sometimes it was about being a good mate. Thank you to James for coming up with the sports monster. Just a little pendant. Maybe there's one in your school. I don't know. Maybe that'd be handy come sports day. James, thank you for your idea. If you have any title that you'd love to see brought to life, make sure you send it over to us. Use the story quest page at funkidslive.com. Got an idea for a story? Tell us the title at funkidslive.com/storyquest and we could bring your story to life. For a new story each week, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode. Also, to get access to over 300 stories, ad-free listening, and early story releases, become a Fun Kids Podcast Plus subscriber. Just sign up at funkidslive.com/plus.